Y'all, this eye drop recall is serious. They have now recalled 10 brands, okay? What's happening is you are losing your eyesight, or they will have to surgically remove your eye. Some people have even passed away. Now, when I did the story a couple of weeks ago, it was only one brand, Ezra Care, and as I just stated, it has now gone to 10. This story does not mention the 10 brands, but I did go to Good Housekeeping, and you're going to have to pause to see the brands and the lot numbers. Now, let me tell you why. They've been contaminated. There is a contamination in these brands that no antibiotic can get rid of. You were just going to lose your eye. So if you have used any one of these and you're experiencing pain, feel like something is in your eye or some type of discharge, run. Do not walk to your nearest eye specialist. Now, in my Amazon TikTok storefront, I do have a Refresh brand in there under the Bell's palsy list. Because of my Bell's palsy, I use eye drops all day and I have to use several different types. Okay. I have Refresh on the Amazon storefront, and then I also use Sustain. Those are two great brands that I know of. I was surprised to even see a Clear Eye brand on here, and I was like, what? That's one for their allergies. So you all, please pause to look to see if it's one that's on
and
here.
take a look at what has happened. Multiple reported cases of vision loss. 4 people reportedly had to have their eyeballs surgically removed. And get this, 3 deaths now linked to these eye drops as well. According to the CDC, most cases are linked to Ezra Care and Delsem Pharma eye drops made by an India-based global pharma healthcare. Our medical contributor and physician at Stanford Children's Health, Dr. Alok Patel, joining us now. I guess first let me ask you, how common are these eye drops? I wear contact lenses, I have glasses, I have all kinds of eye drops. So, and I'm not familiar with these brands. Can you give us more details about them?
Well, Kira, I'm right there with you. I have eye drops basically in every room of our house and in my go bag as well. There's a lot of different eye drop brands out there. Delsem is a pretty popular brand. I personally haven't seen Esri Care, but that's why it's important for people, if they're getting eye drops that they aren't familiar with, eye drops, especially if you're traveling abroad or you're borrowing a friend's eye drops, which we don't recommend, that you are closely following safety guidance. You're following the expiration date, and potentially, especially right now, you're looking online to make sure those eye drops are safe. And when in doubt, you are chatting with an eye doctor, such as an optometrist or an ophthalmologist, because this bacteria that scientists have seen, that the CDC is reporting, is a potentially, as we've seen, deadly and very dangerous bug.
Right. I mean, we're talking about at least 4 people now needing their eyeballs actually surgically removed. So what's your reaction to just how far this has gone? And what do people need to know right now that may be looking at the fact that they've used these drops, they don't feel anything yet or have had any issues, but they see that they have those drops?
Well, Kira, my first reaction is similar to everyone else who's following this story, and that's just of shock and heartbreak for who has had to suffer the consequences here, and the fact that we just need really tight oversight on the types of consumer products that we're getting in the country. And hopefully there's a little bit more awareness out there for some of the symptoms that may come in contact with this. Now, one really small detail that is potentially alarming is that this bacteria, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, is a common bacteria in a healthcare setting. We see about 30,000 cases a year. But this specific strain that is resistant to some antibiotics, this is the first time, according to the CDC, we've seen it in the United States. So for anyone out there who is taking an eye drop, or for anything related to your eye, if you're experiencing things such as pain, you see oozing or your liquids coming out of your eye, or you feel like something is in your eye and nothing is, it's really important you seek medical care sooner rather than later. It could literally mean the difference of your eyesight versus losing it.
Got it. So this isn't just re-wetting drops that we're talking about. This is an antibiotic drop. I guess I'm confused at the type of drop that we're talking about. I've heard a little of everything.
So with the reports we're seeing right now, these are mostly referring to artificial tears. Now, those are the drops that are really popular in commercials you can get over the counter. Things such as drops you would use for lubricating redness or just some basic eye irritation. But Here, you're right. There's a huge spectrum of eye drops you can buy, such as antibiotic drops, dilating drops, numbness drops for procedures, even anti-allergy drops. And same rules apply in terms of following safety guidance and making sure that you are reading the back of those labels, you're properly storing them, and you're tossing them out if they've been left open for a certain point of time when bacteria can start to grow in those drops.
Okay, got it. Thanks, Doc. All right, let's pivot to this extreme case of strep throat now in Michigan, where a 7-year-old boy actually lost